The Changeling is a new Apple TV Plus series starring Lakeith Stanfield. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Apple TV Plus. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Based on the acclaimed best-selling book of the same name by Victor LaVelle, The Changeling is a fairy tale for grown-ups, a horror story, a parenthood fable, and an odyssey through a New York City you didn't know existed. The Changeling stars Lakeith Stanfield as a father that experiences something very traumatic to him and his son. His wife is struggling to accept the fact that she just had a child, and on top of that, she thinks that their baby is not a human and it's not their baby.
But I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
After something absolutely horrible happens to their baby, she vanishes. And he goes on this journey through New York City to try to find her. And this show is wild. I still trying to piece everything together. It has a really, really good setup. It's billed as like this fairy tale for adults. When you look at fairy tales that kids watch, like The Little Mermaid and Rapunzel, all of those fairy tales, if you look at the actual fairy tale, they're pretty dark. And they have some really bizarre moments. People die. It's very different from what you get from Disney and everything. But when you look at this show, you have these outlandish ideas that the show is trying to accomplish. It is based on a book, and the narrator of this show is actually the author of this book. But there are so many things that I just did not expect to happen within it. But the setup for it really established its tone. It's very dark. There's glimpses of hope and love from these two adults who meet at a library, and he's very persistent on starting to date her. She eventually gives in and they fall in love, they get married, they have a child. But the tone has this overall kind of dark atmosphere that these lighter themes are trying to kind of peek its way through. And we have just this story that's slowly starting to develop to really crazy ideas. And the setup for it's very strong, establishing the characters, their past, looking at Lakeith Stanfield's mother and father and him growing up and struggles that he's had throughout his life and how him and his wife are able to connect. And his wife, Emma, played by Clark Bacco, is struggling with this new position of being a mother. And she's starting to lose sense of like society and being a parent and everything. She's getting these text messages of pictures of her husband from afar, but they are deleted once she shows the phone to her husband, and he starts to not believe her and call her crazy and everything. It just really piles on top of each other. The first few episodes have this really nice pace of understanding the characters and these sinister moments that are going on. It's where the middle half kind of loses it for me, because they have these really large ideas. They're trying to accomplish a lot, and certain episodes feel really drawn out. When you look at the past of Lakeith Stanfield's character's parents, and you feel like certain episodes really could have been trimmed down and really focus more on this baby that's supposedly not their baby. I wanted to explore a little more of that, and him looking for his wife throughout New York City. And then they travel to this island in New York City, and there's a community of women that are protecting children. But from what? The show teeters along the line of trying to give us these answers, but not quite just yet. And they want to keep that mystery there, so you just keep on coming to these episodes. And that's essentially what happened with me. It's like they're on this island, supposedly there's something that's harming children, if it's society, and they're trying to protect their children. and we just quite don't know what's happening just yet. And I found that very interesting. But I feel like they could have just moved things along very quickly, because when I got to the end of it, in the last shot, I was like, what is going on? And I will admit, I did read the full synopsis, the summary of the book. I just couldn't wait for a second season. I needed to know exactly what it was. And if it's renewed for a second season, there's going to be absolutely insane things that happen that I really did not expect from its initial setup. And there's just those certain episodes in the middle half when you look at his family, I feel like just took away from some of the development of him on the island. There's some sinister moments. The mystery is there, but it feels really drawn out. The characters that they encounter along the way, you get this vibe that they may not be who they say they are. So there's really just very surprising moments. Performances are really good. Lakeith Stanfield has this very nurturing performance as he wants to protect his child in the beginning of the series. You feel like he's equipped and just very welcoming as a father. And then you have Clark Bacco. They have Clark Bacco, who is struggling, and you feel that. She hates her child, but she knows that it's not her child, and she's struggling with not sleeping and getting these text messages. She feels like she's going crazy, but she knows something is not right, and she has to get to the bottom of that. So the performances are really good. The themes for this show about parenthood and society and online, the internet, when you have these trolls, and what had happened to the young boy, what happened to their son, and how everybody reacted to it online. The series really does cover a lot and has these themes that are sprinkled throughout the series about parenthood and community and online trolls and all of that, and protecting your child from society and all of that. It's handled very well, and performances are very strong throughout. The direction is beautiful. There is a lot of darker moments that add to the atmosphere of the series. But overall, The Changeling had this really large idea and crazy moments that they wanted to accomplish. And at times, it really did work. You get that fantasy feel to it. It feels like a fairy tale for adults, but really darker fairy tale. And that works for a fairy tale for adults. The middle half is where it kind of feels very sluggish. They try to tackle on a little too much. But I am looking forward to a second season. I hope that this is successful, because of reading what happens at the end of it all. There are some really crazy things that they can do, some bigger moments from season 1, and it establishes it very well. The mystery, the suspense leading up to that last episode. I'm excited to see what comes for a second season. The Changeling worked for what it was trying to accomplish. I was excited for each episode. Just that middle half, they had too many flashbacks for his family, and then things were just kind of moving a little bit slow. It was easy to get through, and I still found it really entertaining and suspenseful, but I just wanted things just to move a little quicker than what, say, episodes 4 through 7. I want it to just move a little faster. So before I give you my score for The Changeling on Apple TV Plus, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give The Changeling a B. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Changeling on Apple TV Plus. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.